Let's try again. Let's try again. No, that's not the one. That's not the one or the two. I'm a mental. There you go. I just seen it. Then it come back up. There you go. And now you can hear me. I just gotta make sure you can hear me. Cause what's going on? What's going on? I ran out of charcoal. So we gotta use my sage incense. I mean, it's kind of like the same energy, but I think these are like mild. Like the sage incense are kind of mild compared to like big jokers. I do have those too, but I feel like you gotta always burn those big long ones. That's why I decided to start burning sage like this. But I ran out of charcoal. So, sucks. That's why okay. I just had to make sure. All right. Friday nights. And we're live. I've been on top for a while. Top for a while. Take it to the boom boom room. I'm a visionary. Where'd he go? Anyway, my name is Deasia, and you are on Dreams, Desires, Ascensions, the DDA tribe. Tap in, tap in, tap in, okay? What is up with it? Let's go. It's a Friday night vibe. Going to the weekend. We made it, you know. For my people who actually only work, you know, Monday through Friday. Lucky y'all, you know. Don't be tight. Maybe this weekend you're going to be grilling out. It might be a good day. You're going to grill out. Okay? You're going to have a hot dog. Maybe you that person that likes to keep... Some people don't like their hot dogs, like their hot dog buns grilled. And then some people do. You're the type that be grilling the hot dog buns and stuff. I'm feeling that energy. Maybe somebody wants you to go to a grill, like cookout or something, and they're going to tell you to go bring the meat. You might have to bring like the hot dogs. Okay, don't be funny. If they ask you to bring the meat, if you gotta bring the hot dogs, at least bring the buns. You can't rely on that all the time, okay? Somebody could be in their late 30s. Someone could have been born in their early 90s. Transportation, somebody could want to ride somewhere, or they want you to ride with them, okay? It could be like a situation like, you know, can you want to ride out somewhere, like to a cookout or something. So it could be not a situation where you got invited, but you're going out somewhere with someone and they want to take you somewhere to a cookout, like a family gathering. It could be long distance, okay? Maybe somebody's from Chicago as well. 1955 and the Big Four. Yeah. I'm feeling like maybe it's gonna be like a group of 4, or like the event gonna start at 4 o'clock. Yeah, the cookout start at 4. I've been top for a while. You said we ain't going to no cookout. We're gonna be eating sandwiches. Okay, maybe you wish you could go to a cookout. Maybe you talking about Isn't it a holiday coming up soon? I think so. Yeah, bish. Yeah, bish. Okay. But the peanut could be someone born in 1950s. Okay. Empathy. All right. Money back. All right. Maybe somebody is wanting you to have empathy about their money. Maybe somebody is like saying like, maybe somebody is right here in this moment. Maybe you're the person you can, you can go eat. You can go eat out somewhere. You can go, buy, you can buy like a lot of food, and this person is probably struggling. Okay. So maybe they want you to have empathy over them. Okay. So that could be a situation. Modern day life as well. A chunky style. Somebody could be a little bit healthy, like a little bit heavier, like on a heavier side than you. Okay. They're struggling. Or they want you to just like maybe they going through and they just want you to have a little bit of empathy. They want you to be cautious. I want you to be cautious of this energy, okay? Because like maybe this person knows that you're like this person that's very fruitful. Like you're able to go get the hot dog buns, the burgers, and you got a grill to go cook out. And this person over there like this could be a neighbor, okay? So maybe you got a grill or something. Yeah, your neighbor tripping because this how they feel, because they could be in this energy. They want you to invite. They could be giving you a hard time because you're not inviting them. Back in the day, if you think about it, back in the day, I'm sorry, like back in the day, like when your family had like big cookouts and stuff like that, they invited like the neighbors and stuff, like maybe your neighbor wants you to do this because they in the struggle at this moment. They eating sandwiches and they want you to just invite them to the cookout. They just want you to invite them to the cookout or invite them to like a group setting. It could be like a group setting, or somebody knows that you're cooking or something like that, and they want you to invite them, or they're noticing that you're not inviting them anymore. Okay, that could be a situation as well. I'm feeling like it's probably more to like slim to none energy. Okay, then you got the ham, but you got the ham at the can. So like I said, somebody in a struggle situation. Okay, they're in a struggle. They can't get no ham to put it on the grill. They got to get the ham out the can. Reserve situation. Okay, focus on product. Okay, and also self-sabotaging energy. Budget friend. I'm looking at the rest of the one. I got like a full, so I'm looking at the rest of them. That's why I'm pausing. Okay. Expanding your options. Okay. It's a backstory to everything. So it's like this energy. It's a backstory to everything. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. I love my thickums. I can't be small, baby. I tried that. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I like my titties and my eyes. I like to be grabbed. I like to touch on myself. So maybe you're the person that, I'm sorry for you though. I'm sorry that that's what you observe and stuff. I got titties and ass. So if it's going to come with titties and ass, and this ain't something this ain't implanted. Like I grew up, I woke up like this. You feel me? So naturally, a natural body's going to look like that, baby. But I'm sorry that you observe that way. I'm sorry that you're not getting any luck. What are you doing? Are you, obviously, are you looking for someone? Like, that's interesting. But anyway, okay, so cake. Maybe somebody trying to eat their cake and have it, what they say, have your ice cream, eat the cake, or something shit like that. But, or maybe like having a slice. Maybe somebody wants to have a slice of your cake. Maybe they see that you're very fruitful. Maybe you love strawberry cake as well. Maybe you're like you like that old school. Maybe you was that grandparent, or your grandmother was that old school parent that made cakes and it was like freshly baked. You get what I'm saying? Like this looked like fresh, like homemade icing, not the store bought, something like that. So maybe you're very crafty. Okay, very crafty. Also, remember your childhood. So it could be lines of just remembering your childhood. Okay, his dad is a junior. Okay, holiday and baking. Okay, so maybe you bake cakes. Maybe people love to come get your cake. Maybe you're a good cake baker, or you that auntie, that auntie, that grandma that's good with baking cakes, or your parents' recipes. Okay, I'm feeling that energy too. Pick your pose and tell me what you're doing. And the fun in front of the gun lives forever. The one in front of the gun lives forever. All right, let's go with the energy of, like, basically you're able to be fruitful. You're able to get exactly what you're needing. Everything is adding up, multiplying. Okay, maybe people count on you. Maybe something's about to cause where you might have to put something on the back burner. Okay, or maybe somebody put you on the back burner. It could be a friendship. Okay, all right, here we go. Jamaica. Ooh, that's where you from? Did somebody say dominoes? Ooh, remember, like, back in the day, they used to play dominoes. They used to play spades. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the neighborhood came out to this one house. You could have grew up like that. You could have grew up in that type of setting. Okay, overwhelm and gratitude. Okay, this is like, then I say, like, you're able to put a lot on your plate. You're able to, like, think about all this as things that you can grow, like fruitfulness. You're able to have, like, a steady income. You know what I'm saying? You're able to eat. Your family's not starving. You know what I'm saying? And this is that energy right here. You're overwhelmed. You're getting all of this. Maybe you came from nothing and now it's coming to something. You know what I'm saying? And now you're taking gratitude for it. You get what I'm saying? I'm grateful for it. It's overwhelming blessings. Okay? And if it's not there, it's getting there. Okay? Maybe you like, baby, I don't see nothing. I'm over here making my little peanut butter sandwich right now as we speak. You get what I'm saying? Or my ham and bologna sandwich as we speak. Type of energy, right? But guess what? At least you're able to make that. You got people out here, like, eating from scratch. You get what I'm saying? People over there right now holding a sign, wishing that they could at least get some type of bread. Okay? something. So it's like taking gratitude. All right? So here we go. Let's go with the slim to none. I'm feeling the energy. Slim to none. Somebody's name could be Ray or Ray. Slim to none is going to come into some joy. Okay? Maybe you're being very resentful about this. Or maybe you're feeling like it's too good to be true. Sometimes we can get into that it's too good to be true energy. Like, I can't believe that I came from this to this. Yes, you did, because you put all your all into it, because you went here, you went to here, you went into this situation. You didn't get the big head. You actually started being grateful for what you got, because that you came from this to this. Some people get too big in the head when they realize they get all this, all this energy. Hey, let's come on. No, that's not what you did. You went and said, hey, thank you for this. I noticed that I'm flowing. I noticed that everything is abundant now. I noticed that, at like 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, I wasn't here. I wasn't feeling the way I'm feeling. And this could be even in the energy of, like, this could be physical, and this can also be yourself mentally. You know what I'm saying? You came from something to nothing. You came from self-sabotaging to now you got confidence. You know what I'm saying? It could be in that situation that you came from being scared to take a leap, and now you ain't scared to take a challenge for nothing. Where my challenge at? It could be that. You know how when you was a kid, when a kid gave, you got homework when you was a child, and you would get done with the homework because you knew the lesson. You hear, done. If you got a test, the first one that got done, and here you go. It's that type of energy. It's like you're taking gratitude for this. Okay, the bottle's popping. Maybe you bottle popping, going to the club, bottle pop. So taking gratitude. You could be seeing this online as well. Okay, like watching someone else taking gratitude. or it's like, oh, I wish I can get that. I'm feeling like it's gonna be time for you to eat. You're gonna have like, maybe you're gonna have a lot of beef going on with this situation, because people are seeing that you cooking up a situation. You know what I'm saying? They're noticing that you're no longer resenting a situation. Maybe they wish, you know, you get a lot of, you have a lot more energy around you when you're in your shadow, when you're in the resentment, when you're self-sabotaging, where you're not ready to step up and be your own man. You get a lot of people, you got a lot of friends in those situations, right? But then when things start overflowing with you, you get what I'm saying? You start getting this overwhelming where like, oh my goodness, you know, like, it just keep going, you know. It's like a faucet that you can't turn off. That's what's going on with your life, right? And now everybody just watching and stuff, and now they're like, oh, all you gotta do, you know, they're trying to maybe downplay the situation. You know, they see that the bottle popped up. It's so full you can't close it. You know, you can't suppress it. It's that type of energy in your life right now. That's the type of gratitude that they're saying that they need you to have right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop resisting this energy. Stop resisting that you are in this bottle popping energy. Okay? Like, stop holding back because you're trying not to make other people feel uncomfortable. It's not they're not here. They're not your story. They're not your story. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're not the author. You are. Okay? So you have to take gratitude of that. Don't feel ashamed of this. Okay? Because when you were in the peanut butter and jelly stage, you get what I'm saying? When you were eating sandwiches, you know, bare minimum, everybody was around you. They were your friend. They were cool with you. But now you over there, you have abundance where you can go cook out on a grill. You know, you made that peanut butter sandwich on the grill now. We're grilling it out. You know what I'm saying? We're no longer eating, you know, ham out of a can, bologna sandwiches. We're able to eat abundantly. We're able to get exactly what, and this is more, you know, we're seeing food, but look at food as a sense of what you're wanting. That, you know, because when we're hungry, we want food, right? When we're hungry, we're going to go get that. And not, we get a little angry with it. I want you to get in that same energy. Like, same energy. There's no need for us to resist this. You get what I'm saying? Think about this as your energy of like your stomach is starving and is growling. All those pricks is like it's growling. Like, why are you holding back? You know? Why are you holding back? They saying you a good luck charm. So honor it. That's the reason why. Be joyful of it. I'm feeling the energy of something's going to come in, right? Where it's going to make you feel as though it's too good to be true. And they're saying why it can't be too good to be true for you. You don't think that we seen you come from this? You don't think that you're capable of getting this situation and getting out of that and coming here? Everybody has a season. You know, I always say that everybody has a season. Yeah. And then some people will go and go to the club and bottle pop. You know what I'm saying? You know, go and do their season a different way. But you're going to do your season a different way. You're going to make people wish that they went into honoring that first. Let's honor that I'm able to. I can go out and go bottle pop, but I'm not going to go do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to go reserve and bake my cake energy, okay? I'm not going to go cook up a situation. I'm going to take my time because, you know, when grandma and auntie, when they bake them lovely cakes that we love, they take their time with it. You can tell it was so much love. Treat that in the situation of you. Treat everything like from the flour. The flour is just your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Just treat everything. The eggs, you know, cracking your feelings open, you know, cracking your love, cracking the joyful energy, accepting that this is where you're at. Overwhelmed with joy. Okay? You're overwhelmed with joy that you can no longer resist this. And you have to take gratitude for it. It's like, it's no way around it, you know? Nowhere around it. You know how sometimes you try to avoid a situation and it keeps popping up and it keeps popping up, and then it's just like, okay, I give up. What's up? No different than like a little kid, you know, when a little kid trying to get your attention, you know. Maybe your fear for abundance. Maybe your fear for this. Maybe because it's not like you're scared of abundance. You're not scared of no money, but you're probably scared of people not gonna, you know, people gonna be angry with you. The ones that actually seen you in this energy right here when you were over there making nothing but a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You get what I'm saying? You wasn't able to be fruitful. You get what I'm saying? You're worried about them. For what? For what? Like I'm telling you before, it is so much. Hey, Kim, it is so many people that's going to literally be around you when you're in this energy before they get you into this energy. Okay. And then when you get into this energy, they just want to come to the cookout with nothing. They didn't bring the hot dogs. They didn't bring nothing, none of this. You brought this to the table. Okay. They brought they self and other people. Do you understand what I mean? So it's like they were here. They watched you. We're here. You're bare minimum making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? You asking for money, going paycheck to paycheck. You get what I'm saying? You over there trying to figure out how much quarters you can get just to put a little bit of gas in your car. Like like seriously, in that struggle mode. And they were around you then. They watched you then. Oh, they were your friends then. They always called you then. They text you then. They had all the energy to give you then. But then when they watched you come out of that and come to this where you no longer gotta call nobody, you got the money. All I gotta do is just move my money over. You know? It's like that type of energy. They want the free yes, they want the free food. They want your free energy. They want what you came and brought to the table. That's all they want. They're not coming to bring, it's that people, you know, those people that come and you tell them, or just be gratitude, because I invited you to a cookout, at least bring something to the table. They're not doing that. They're coming in because they remember when you were like this. And that's when they were laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? Or if they weren't laughing at you in your face, they were most definitely, you were to talk over conversation. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he, you know, she don't got no car, you know. Oh, she always walking, you know. Oh, she, when you were here, you know. Oh, I was in her refrigerator. She ain't had nothing in her refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, she asked me could I buy her something. Oh yeah, we went out to eat and her car didn't work. They remember this part, right? They were here, but now you here. You here now, so now you don't gotta pay for it. You know, you might be like, hey, I'll pay for you. What you mean? Yeah, I got it. Are you sure? Yeah, I got it. You know, it could be that type. Now, it's that energy. That's what they want. That's what they want. They come in, you had more people in your energy when you was in a struggle mode. Now that you're out of your struggle mode and you went out of survival mode and you're living now, they don't know how to feel about that. Because the whole time, they were cool with you when you were struggling. They were cool when you were scared. You was in this resentment, you know, feeling like you couldn't make the money, you know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could have been, you know, you on government assistance, so you had to be cautious of how you navigate your money. You got people that's like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, look, I like it. You're a wounded healer. Like I said, you healed yourself, okay? You came out of that. You reflect. And you got hope. You reflect on hope. You got hope. You gain hope in this situation. KO. Hold on. Where I put the box at? Blow till you can't blow no more. So since we were talking about money and fruitful, it's funny that come out because I said, ooh, we haven't talked about abundance in a minute. So let's talk. KO. We're going to leave these out. These two out. Wait. Entrepreneur. You're ready. You're able to eat. And if you're not in this entrepreneur, you're a manager. If you're not in that manager, you're that person that everybody looks up to. You're the person that they go to. You're the go-to. You know, you're that Miss or Mr. Go-to. Okay? KO. Keep receipts. All right. Maybe somebody said, I got receipts on you. Okay. Maybe somebody's trying to call you out on something. Maybe something as far as in your job. Watch out for that. Maybe somebody's trying to write you up at your job, your manager. I'm feeling that. That's only because they watching, they see this. Maybe you coming out of the energy. You got fuck nigga free playing, and like, even though that song is like for that, but the thing is, did you hear about the storyline of her making that song? You know what I'm saying? She went in harvest. She went in solitude. She went in hermit mode. You get what I'm saying? And then she started fasting, and then she made the song. And then the song got her out there. The song got her here. She was here when she was making the song, and then at the end, all she had to do is post it. All she had to do is just show up. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Ooh, interview coming up. Interview coming up. Like I said, all you got to do is show up. They just need you to show up. They got everything in place. What you nervous for? What you nervous for? It could be that you got to interview skills. You got a skill. You get what I'm saying? You probably slick with your words. Just calm. Be calm. Okay? Maybe this is that interview that's going to take you out there. Maybe you here right now in that dead end job, paycheck to paycheck, and that interview going to now put you, hey, I got to cook. Hey, we're going to celebrate. You know how back in the day, you had a cookout for every event. It was a cookout for every event. You know, it wasn't no holiday. It was a cookout because, you know, grandma, she done passed her test for high blood pressure. She don't got it no more. Hey, we going to cook out. We cooking out. We cooking out. You know, it's that type of energy. It's like you're going to be in that energy. You get what I'm saying? It's that energy where it's like you can do it, but you're going to hold back. Okay? Create an app. Or maybe you're, basically, I'm feeling like, because it's like the keeping receipts and stuff. I'm feeling like maybe you're having like a business app or something like that. Or it could be an app that is going to help you get into what you're looking for. Or this new job has an app. You know how sometimes you got to have an app in order for you to like log into a system. You know, it could be something like that. Okay, a banker. Okay, you could be a banker. You could have an interview coming up as a bank teller or something, working in the bank industry. He said, I would never sweat, because that's not just me. Okay, so you know, like I said, what a challenge at? You're going to be in that energy. What a challenge at? I thought this was a challenge. You got short-term goals. Let's create it. Maybe your short-term goals are going to lead you up to that big-term goal, because you got short-term goal along with interview skill, along with entrepreneur. So it's like, it's right now it's small, but maybe it's going to take a skill. Maybe you got to do a little bit more understanding, you know, because when you do an interview, with the interview, I'm learning you just as much as you learning this job, you know, and now you're going to move up to the top. Okay, here you go. Maybe somebody, you got a recent interview. This person already want to hire you automatically because they already know that you're going to be the manager, you know, and they're probably going to push you. They're probably pushing you because I see you as a manager. I see you as an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I see you as the wolf of the pack. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, the one thing about it is, and that's probably where I was thinking about that energy of anger, right? And we're thinking about other people's emotions when we're trying to move up to the top. Because that do matter. You know, some people say, you know, it's lonely at the top, and it is. And it does bother us mentally, because when we get up to the top, it's like, what happened to the people when I was cheering you on, when you were up there to the top? It could be that type of energy, okay? Maybe it's time for you to start think small in the situation, because the smaller things are going to lead you up to the bigger picture. Okay, so you know how to say think small, stop thinking small, think big. But I'm thinking the energy, think small enough that it can all fit. No different than you can get $100 and go to the mall, right? And you can get all the foreign clothes and stuff, and you probably get like 2 or 3 items, right? But then you can go get that $100 and go to like one of those little like Ross, or one of those little small stores, and you can get like 50 pair of outfits, and you can switch it up. You get what I'm saying? Like, people say think small. I'm feeling like these short terms is gonna get you to the big term. So the short terms, think of it like somebody gave you some money, and instead of you getting the money and going to splurge it and go to the mall, you gonna go look around and look that interview skill. You gonna do your research. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna realize that I can get more money out of this if I do it like this and put the money here and put the money there. Switch it up. It's like getting like, do some knowledge about your investment. Okay, I feel like a money flow is going to be coming in, like a big investment that's going to put you in this energy. Okay, this energy where you can afford it. Okay, but they want you to don't be like everybody else and just use all your money. You get what I'm saying? Have enough money that you can do this and do that and do this. Like, if I gave you $5,000, you get what I'm saying? I told you, well, I feel like that it's that storyline. Thinking about it, it's like a biblical storyline where I can't think of the characters, right? But he gave his sons like he gave his sons money, and he told them to go off and do something. You had one son that buried the money. You get what I'm saying? Because he couldn't trust himself. He couldn't trust that he can make more money out of it, and he couldn't trust that he can hold the money. So he hid it and just left it alone. And then he had another son that went off and just spurged the money around. And then he had another son that went into that entrepreneur and got into the skill and started like, okay, and made more money out of the money that he got. That's the energy that I'm speaking of. I want us to be in that energy where if someone gave you this amount of money, yes, it's small. Yes, it might just cover your short-term goals. But if you put your thinking skills in and do your thinking, like truly interview as far as in shopping around, getting your knowledge and stuff like that, as far as in making sure, when you put your money in this bank, is this bank gonna profit more money off of you? You know what I'm saying? Or is this bank just your money just sitting there? Is it gonna be just like the little boy that just buried the money and that's it? Or are you gonna put your money into like an RNA or something like that? A Roth account, something on those lines. Something that's gonna profit off of you. I'm feeling that energy. Okay, maybe get a small one, a small business or a small investment in it. Start small. Partnership. Okay, life insurance. Okay, maybe your partner wants life insurance. Okay, or your partner just signed for life insurance. Be careful what y'all signing for, babies. You might have a little slick little partner. Okay, he might see you as an investment, or she see you as an investment. And she, or maybe y'all maybe you about to get married and this person's like, I value you so much that I want to put you on the wheel. Like, life insurance. I'm feeling that energy. Like, along with partnership. I'm feeling like life insurance partnership. What could that be? Like marriage? I don't know if companions. I don't know if companions. I'm still learning. I'm doing my studies on this. I'm passing so I can do life insurance for people. But I'm not sure if companions are able to do. I know for sure marriage, like someone, a couple, a bond or something like that. Maybe you got a partner that wants to put you on your life insurance or on their life insurance policy, or they're telling you, baby, you better go. If you don't have that, they're saying you need to go put life insurance on your partner. I don't know where you have gotten the idea of not having that, but I think it's the way the economy is. It's not you trying to be like what they say, or the number one thing, the number one phase is a go dare. You're not doing that. You are thinking smart. They're saying that maybe something's going to be taking place with your partner, and it's going to give you a wake up call. Like, I think I need to put you on life insurance, like to cover up my end, because I have to live for tomorrow. Like all this money that I'm working for is not for us to die and I gotta pay for it. Like I gotta think of tomorrow. Ooh, hi from South Africa. How are you? Someone said I put some ice on my baby. So somebody could buy you jewelry or a wedding. Then I say a partnership, a wedding, like someone's getting married, like a lifelong partner where y'all gonna have a bond where I'm feeling this card. Look, the card poking out. It's making me look at that. And it flipped over. And it's like a bond, you know. Maybe somebody gonna get your engagement ring. Y'all gonna make a bond so strong that you can make, hey, you made it to the life insurance. Congratulations. Congratulations. Maybe you like, baby, I made it to the life insurance. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Ooh, give generously. Okay? That's that energy right here. Okay? Like, okay? That's that energy right here. People see that you was here. They're here. It could be people coming back in your energy that seen you in this right here, and they coming in and trying to eat off of you for free, like him said. Okay? And they saying, give it generously. Okay? They're not saying don't do it at all, because, you know, sometimes being too mean, karma can bite us a little bit. So they're saying be generous. Put your thinking skills on. That interview skills meaning ask them questions. Ask the questions before you just give your money out, because I didn't work for this. Okay? Maybe somebody gonna ask for so much money you gotta go to the bank. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta go to the bank. It could be that. It's gonna take your breath away. Or it probably is like, I'll meet you at the bank. Not meet me at the bank. Can I just call you when I got the money? Okay? Waiter or servicer. Okay? Ooh, somebody, you could be giving someone a generous tip. Okay? Or somebody wants to tip you generously. Okay? Like, thank you for your services. Okay? It could be through an app. So maybe a money app. They're going to send it to you through that way. I'm hearing like the cha-ching. Go to the cash call. No. Let's see. Buy a gift in advance. Oh, so somebody already bought this gift. This person already bought the gift. And I already told you this person, I don't want to mess up nobody's surprise or whatever, but this person already looked at you as a partnership. I'm also seeing like blue and pink, so boring girl, you know. So this is like a lover, okay? No, your song have not played. And you said Michael's. Oh, was that the thing? Did you do good? Was that when you said that you was prepared for, you was getting your I'm sorry, loves, I'm talking to Nori. And you were getting the outfit for trying to be, is that what I think that's what you're talking about, right? Did you do good? I know you did good. I don't even know why I asked. Just because all the energy you give me for just talking about Michael, I know that, like, if anything, everybody felt Michael in that room when you were there, okay? Somebody could be a fighter fire, okay? Or somebody trying to save you from a burning home, okay? There could be a situation where, like I said, you're in this energy right here, okay? This could be that burning home energy, you know? You're stuck in that struggle, okay? And somebody probably want to be the fighter fire, you know? Put a flame on your grill. Okay, not you got the grill and you getting ready to grill and you forgot to get the charcoal, or you don't got no lighter, no match. Come on now, you weren't prepared. You couldn't call somebody and say, hey, can you bring that? Okay, invest to crypto. I mean, some people, I don't know, because the way the files look, that came out before I did the files. But no, Maybe, okay, not just crypto, but maybe it's like doing some investment that might require you to use your app, or might require you to pay attention to. I'm also feeling like a app and what is that? What is it? Fan base or something like that? I got my outfit ready. Okay. Okay. Aww. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm glad that, shout out to the dads, shout out to the fathers, shout out to any male masculine that's able to just be there, because that matters. I promise. And it was so funny because that makes me think of it. Just random, Nora. That is so beautiful, Nora. Seriously, that I'm glad that you still have a father figure that is there and like present, you know, and active, because you can have a father that's present and not active, where all he do is just sit around and pay a bill, but he don't know how you feel, you know, he don't check on you and stuff. And then you end up running into husbands that's do the same thing your father did. You know, it could be situations like that. That was just a random, I don't know where that came from, but yeah. Okay. That's what's up. That moonwalk. Michael was really big on that moonwalk. Okay, rent out your spare car. Okay, rent out your spare car. You could have a spare car, or you could be needing to borrow someone's car, and someone could be just letting you have it, you know, or they're like, oh, it could be a situation where they just need you to pay for the expenses. Like if something go wrong with the car, you gotta pay for that and stuff like that. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, it says sell a $10 service to at least 28 people. You're gonna get your goal. Okay, so maybe you trying to figure out how to price things. You know, honestly, if you price low, you get more. You know, I just said that, right? I just talked about that. You know, it's that energy. Like, if I gave you $100, would you go to City Trend, you know, and rack up there, or would you go to the mall and get like a couple things and just say that you got, you know, you got Ralph Lauren on you, you know, more for your money, your budget. Come on. Ooh, yeah. Return of the Mac. Somebody could have a food truck. Okay. Somebody got poor management skills. Maybe somebody's gonna fall out with somebody at the food truck. Okay. Like maybe you're gonna get food or something like that. Somebody's like they're their own entrepreneur. Okay. They're their own entrepreneur. Okay. Maybe you were waiting for their services or whatever, and this person, they probably gonna blank on you or something. Y'all gonna fall out. Okay. Oh, maybe you fell out. Oh no, it says poor management skills, and it said it started with your coworker. Okay, so maybe your coworker said something to your manager, and your manager already got poor management skills, so that didn't help, not one bit, and it caused friction. Okay, or it caused somebody to end up. Okay, here you go. Maybe you were supposed to get a position in the job, because I'm also feeling the interview skills. You're supposed to get a position in the job. Maybe your coworker, and maybe you have another manager in your area or in that field started telling somebody else about something. Okay, this could be in a healthcare job situation. Okay, but like it was a position that you could have got. Okay, maybe it was going to be a good position where you could put everybody on life insurance, baby. Okay, it could be that, or it's a job position that got good benefits. I'm feeling that too. Okay, or good health benefits, something that's it takes care of the family, right? Somebody in the area, in your work area, said something, and it made them open up the interview a different way. The interview they weren't even gonna have an interview. They already chose. They already was gonna choose you. Okay, maybe somebody already did their skills. I'm feeling the energy also that somebody was trying to stop this, and it still happened. Like, they still coming to you. Okay, they're still coming to you. They're probably going to ask you like a few interview questions, but not too much, because they're already going to hire you. Have you ever been to an interview like that where you can tell where they're not going to, they're already going to hire you? They already comfortable. They already knew what was up. Okay. Invest in yourself. Okay. It says financial doors keep opening up for me. Okay, let's claim it. Financial doors are going to keep opening up for me. Okay, because guess what? I am investing in myself. Return of the Mac. Okay, maybe you used to be a hustler when you was younger. You used to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Things changed when you got older or whatever, and you probably gonna come back being your hustle, come back bringing out skills. Maybe you used to be a good you had skills doing something back in the day, and you about to pop out with it now. Okay, Glizok. Hey, bitch, I'm in my bag. Okay, I just made a bag. Okay, I just made that bag a big bag. Okay, I got a real ambition for this cash. Self-discovery. You are learning yourself. Ask yourself, who am I? What are you doing? What are you bringing to this world? These are questions you should ask yourself this, okay? Because you're doing a self-discovery. What am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? You're starting to observe yourself. Invest in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Maybe you're doing the interview skills on yourself. You're asking the right questions for yourself. You know? Like, what's here? You know? How can I get here? You know? It's like, I was here. How can I get here? Or, I'm here now. How am I going to stay there? You know? Because we don't want to go back. Because we seen those stories, right? We seen stories like that where we even had the closest friends that came up real good, right? We was cheering them on. All of a sudden, they come down. They went back to eating this. Like, what happened? What happened to that job? You know, what happened to all this life? Okay, car washing business. It is in that season. Okay. I don't know. It's a lot of car washing business popping up. You know, it used to be like 2 or 3. Remember when it wasn't even a car washing business? If you wanted your car to get washed, you had to wash it yourself, or you had to go to the gas station. Now, it's like everywhere. At least where I'm at. They're everywhere. Okay? All them car washes, but I still see a lot of people walking, so I'm trying to figure out why we got all these car washes. But anyway, maybe you could be a sports agent, a sports agency. Okay? I'm also thinking fan base. What is those, like the apps where you can bid off of a sport game? I'm also feeling that. Maybe people are gonna come and like ask you questions and stuff like that. Maybe because they rely on you. Maybe they look at you as the sports agency. Start your side hustle. Didn't I say that? I already said it. Start your side hustle. Okay? Maybe you have a side hustle. Maybe you should start a YouTube channel with the side hustle. Okay? They want you to network very wisely. Okay? Okay? Use cash instead. So maybe it says sell your own product, but they want you to use cash instead. So here you go. Maybe you're doing local businesses, because if you're selling product using cash, like, I gotta see you face to face. So maybe you're going out there and, you know, you're on feet. You're doing a hustle that's footwork. You're doing a footwork hustle, if that makes sense. Like, you're there. You might have a job. Maybe you used to do a footwork hustle, and they're telling you to take a pause on that and go into, you know, going online, you know, as simple as that. Maybe you can, here you go. Instead of just stopping that, invest first, you know, get your channel going, or get some type of thing going, right? Where you're showing, I'm feeling the energy of like you're showing people how to do something, you know, and you're going to make a channel out of it or something like that, you're going to make a lot of money doing that also, but you're still going to still be out there making your money, you know, doing your footwork and stuff like that. But you're also on the side, you know, showing, you know, doing your little 1-2 on the screen, you know, reporting live, you know, type of thing. Okay. Move by faith. Okay. Release your fears. Release your fears so you can move by faith. Move by faith so that you can release the fears. Okay. Look, blogging. Yeah, I was saying somebody could be teaching, like you're broadcasting something. Maybe you got a job loss that's going to make you wake up and be like, maybe I'm going to start blogging, you know? And the only reason why they're doing that is because somebody, I'm feeling like coworker is a coworker and management situation. It could be like a food service situation. Okay. It could be a grand opening somewhere. Okay. Somebody, it's a new building, or it's a new store that's having a grand opening and they need some managers. Okay. Or here go. It's going to be a job opening because I'm feeling that poor management along with now grand opening. So it could be a job opening or a job positioning for management. Okay. They're going to have to release some managers, or some managers are not going to be there anymore because of poor management. Okay. So they're looking for some strong managers. Okay. You could be an IT tech person. Okay. A new wallet. Or I'm also feeling like you're adding a new wallet. I'm also feeling like you're adding a new card on your app. You know how you add like a card, a bank card or something on your app. I'm also feeling like you're doing too much of adding cards to your app. You're putting yourself at high risk as well. So that's making me feel like you need to start using cash if you can. Use cash if it's necessary. If you can use cash, do so. Stop using your wallet. You know how you use the wallet on the app? That's what I'm feeling. Stop doing that. Because it's certain areas that you're feeling safe, and something's going to happen. Because I'm also feeling the crypto. I'm feeling like something's going to happen where somebody's going to hack into some systems, and they're going to be able to get into bank cards and bank stuff and like digital work. You know how I'm feeling like something's going to take place, maybe at the bank as well. Because it's making me feel about bank Taylor, because the banker. Or maybe you're going to have to call the bank about this. Okay. But yeah. You might have to get you might have to get a bank statement. You got a bank statement that was like 4 pages. You might get a thick ass bank statement. Maybe because that money looking good. Or you've been doing a lot of movement with your money. Maybe you looking at your most recent deposits and withdrawals. And that's like 4 pages. Okay. Own a retail property. Then it's making also make me feel like maybe you're renting out a home. You're renting out a car. Maybe you're flipping homes. Okay. Yeah. Help business grow with social media. Didn't I say that? I said that you're doing a lot of footwork outside, right? Like outside, you're doing like, you know, you're making money, like little side business and stuff like that. But they telling you to take it on social media, or, you know, go instead of going public, go viral with it, if that makes sense. Maybe you're trying to figure out why I'm not going public, because you're not going viral. It's the viral. It's not the public anymore. You got to catch up with the trend. Everybody is going. People are more in the hands, and instead of going online. People are shopping more online than they're doing, going into a store. I'm feeling that too. Okay, maybe you need to stick to a budget. It's making me feel like, what's in your wallet? So like, stick to a budget. Or here you go, I need you to stick to a budget because you're gonna have vouchers. You're gonna have people that's over here eating off of you. Okay, instead of them being grateful of you giving them something, they're gonna be wanting all of it. That's what I'm feeling too. So you got to stick to a budget. Okay, this could be a teacher. I'm feeling like you know how them teachers be giving you, it says stick to a shopping list. That's making me feel like, you know how teachers, you know, they be having all these like have a list of things and stuff. And it's just like, dang, what you want me to do? Buy the whole classroom? Like, what is you? It could be that type. Or maybe the teacher is going to have a list of things. Or here you go. You're teaching yourself. You're teaching yourself certain things, right? So you probably gotta, I'm also feeling you gotta have a strategy, budget as well. Okay. Something could come in the mail. You got mail. Okay. Maybe you're on the wrong platform. Like they said, help your business grow. It says help businesses to grow their social media. So what was that thingy? So here you go. I was telling you a side hustle. So maybe you could be a person that's you're gifted. Maybe you're not gifted with like doing the business yourself, but you're gifted with giving other people ideas. And some people just need an idea, but they got the money, you know? So it could be you're on the wrong platform. Maybe it's like it's time for you to expand. Like I said, you on foot. You trying to be, I'm not public. You're on the wrong platform. You need to you need to go viral, not public. Viral is that energy. Okay. Maybe you're going to have multiple income sources. Okay. Like I said, in that energy. Okay. A lot I can put on the grill. Okay. And everything I put on this grill, I bought this. It's that, you know, when your daddy or your grandpa, when they got, I got this food from the meat market, you know, I got this from my blood. It's that type of energy. Like you take your ownership of everything that I see right here. I did it. Okay. That's where that multiple income source. Okay. Or it could be just you. Okay. Oh, it's funny. It's funny this came out. And look, farmers. Okay. They're also saying that farmers, is better for us to go to the farmers, finding our local farmers and buying meat from them instead of in a store that is a healthy. Okay. So if you are a farmer, it's going to be a lot of people coming in. Okay. And it's going to probably bring a lot more money because it's getting hot. Everybody want to put some good meat on the grill. They don't want that they don't want that fake stuff. They don't want that artificial. They don't want that scientific meat. You know, that scientific meat is that stuff that they had at the beginning in the can, right? That ham in the can. No, I want I want the ham I knew that came off the cow. You know, I knew that came off the pig. You know, I knew that came out that chicken. You know, it's that type. Maybe you starting to notice that food ain't tasting right. Like I remember when I knew that came out the cow. You know, I knew this meat was good. It's like you can tell the texture. You can tell it's a lot of things that's changing. You know, like it's making us, I don't know about y'all, but it's making me like, I don't even want to eat no more. Because it's not tasting the same. It says be mindful of your gambling and your get rich quick plans. I was talking about that fan base, or you gambling, sports gambling, okay? That sports gambling, okay? Maybe if you're into that, cool. But create a budget for it. Stick to a budget, okay? All right, then you need to be modest. If you know that you only have $100 left, figure out how you gonna split that $100 and try to at least bet it on 4 sports instead of just 2 sports. Okay, maybe you trying to think bigger when you need to think smaller. Okay, your back hurt. I was feeling that, like I was feeling that, and something told me that they were saying that we're all getting attacked with our Jacob ladder, because you know your Jacob ladder is your spine, right? And I was feeling that, like everybody's going to start getting attacked with their Jacob ladder. Because, you know, I do claims, and I was hearing nothing but people talking about that. Their back, their neck and stuff, their shoulder, their joints, their nerves. And that's what I heard. Okay. I'm also, here you go, you got the new purse. Also, remember the new wallet. So here you go. It's like you're going to have so much money, you're going to have to get a new purse. You're going to have to get a new wallet to hold all this. To hold it, you know. You don't have that wallet for so long, it's holding all that ugly energy. Maybe you got to get a new wallet if you want that new money. Stop getting that purse. You know that purse over there holding on to dear life, okay? Get a new purse if you want the new money, okay? Pay your bills, okay? Maybe you're able to pay your bills. Maybe you like, okay, let me pay my bills first before I pay, you know, do this lovely things. Also, look, long term. We talked about short term, okay? Long term is going to lead to leadership. I like that, okay? Balance isn't given, it's taken, okay? Set boundaries for yourself. It didn't say set boundaries for everybody else. It says set boundaries for yourself, okay? Because balance isn't given, it is taken, okay? So don't expect people to give you, you know, this balance, give you peace. You got to enforce that. You got to set them boundaries, okay? Maybe you gotta take leadership of this. Maybe this is your long-term goals. This is something that you're working on at this current time. Okay, you're working on that, and I'm proud of you. You know, it starts small. Maybe it's working. it's being a little difficult, but we got this. You know, we got this. Maybe we gotta start creating, being a leader in our own path. You know, we gotta be taking maybe we're tired of taking L's. Okay, so let's take the L a different way. Let's take the L in the leadership. Let's take the L in the long-term goal. Okay? Hey, and then let's speak like a leader. I like that. Let's speak like a leader. Okay? Sound more confident at work and what you are doing. Okay? Sound more confident. Because this is what it is. Leadership. Leadership. They're saying this. You can get here. Okay, you can get here where I buy all this on my own. I am my own leader. I'm the leader of the pack. Okay. Till my will run dry. Okay. Maybe you own a new car. Maybe so you getting a spare car. Okay, so here, because they were saying maybe you're gonna rent out your spare car, so you're getting a new car. Okay, your old car, you can rent that out. You know, that's up to you. Some people are not really big on stuff like that, but if you're trying to figure out, you know, when they say how I'm gonna get this money tomorrow, rent out the car. Okay, maybe it's time for you to work out at home instead of, you know, putting that money into those gym memberships. It could be that type. Maybe you got to take a break. I don't know. Planet Fitness be funny. You ever try to cancel on Planet Fitness? I have. Didn't like it. That's why I'm not with Planet Fitness. I'm over there on the rec. I'm with the rec. We're at the local recreation centers. That's where I go. All right. Student loan. All right. Or here goes somebody that's in school at this current time. They need a loan. Or they're going to ask you, they loaning you. Maybe you're loaning someone some money. They're a student. Or maybe someone that they look at you as a mentor. They could be a student, or they're someone that still needs guidance. I'm feeling that energy, okay? Maybe you are loaning them guidance, okay? It's a loan, okay? It says shop during the sales. Didn't I say that before? With $100, if I gave you $100, you can get a lot with the $100. Maybe you just got to go to the sales. You might get 5 items with this $100 instead of going to the mall and going to get this and this, and now you only got 2 items, 2 or 3 items. Like, let's be smart with it, okay? Poor management. I got that out 2 times. Maybe you got 2 managers that's poor. Like, their poor management skills is just suck. Okay, because poor management came out twice, but 2 different energies. You got one that's yellow and then one that is blue. Okay, so maybe you got one manager that is basically maybe one manager is a little higher up because yellow makes me think of bright sun. Okay, they could also be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy as well. I'm trying to find that other one. I don't know if I put it in the other deck, but we did have poor management skill, and that was blue. Okay, so maybe that other manager that has poor management skills, they're bad with their words. They don't know how to talk to someone correctly. Maybe their poor management skills. Here you go. You got two managers. You got one manager that, like, they don't know how to talk, right? They don't know how to talk. So it's gonna cause it where basically it's gonna cause a friction. Somebody's gonna get upset or something like that. Then you got another manager that's not really good with, they don't know how to take leadership, because it's making me feel like the wand, because you know, fire. So you got a manager that's lazy, and then you got a manager that got all that mouth but don't even know how to back it up. Okay. Oh, you from Alaska? I had a friend that was from Alaska. We called her Pinky because she used to have pink hair all the time. Hi, how are you? From Alaska. My nose. Oh, I didn't take my Benadryl. I didn't want to. It's gonna be a long night. Punish me, please. Yep. I got blue hair. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Ooh, cotton candy. I'm feeling the cotton candy. You like cotton candy flavor? Something cotton candy flavor? Or pink and blue reveal, gender reveal. You could be seeing that as well. It must be. Oh my goodness. The igloos is fading. Oh, it is? Because is it getting hot? Is that what it is? Is that normal? Is that normal? You know? For the igloos to get hot, you know? But it's making me think, like, it really makes you think. It's funny, that pink and blue. So y'all big on colors. You know what? I could see that, because cause y'all up in Alaska, and it's not even, but y'all up in Alaska, so it's not a lot of sunlight. Now, isn't it like the sun only sit a certain amount? So I would want to be that person that walking around with bright colors, you know, to brighten up the scene. You know? But yeah, I get that. Maybe you need to look in your cell phone plan. Okay, or a freelance job. That's the data entry, graphic designer, video editing, or content creator, content writer, or a digital maker. Okay, summer we get a lot of sun all summer. Okay, but what is y'all temper like? What is hot in Alaska though? Like, what is hot to y'all in Alaska? Just curious. You know, because I'm down south, so hot for us, summertime hot is gonna get us like 99. So what is hot in the summertime for Alaska? About 90. Okay, about 90. That ain't bad. About 90. That's like, do you get a little breeze with that, or it's just straight sun? Okay, use cash back. Maybe you're going to the store to get cash back. Ooh. Money is coming in. You see how that come right in your lap? You see how that flew right there? So yeah, money coming in, all right? Money coming in, right? It's gonna fall right in your lap. Winter, it got -70. Winter, oh my God, -70? Did you stay in the house? Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what we need to hear. That money fell right in our lap. Did you stay in the house? Because -70 degrees is going to make me stay in the house. I'm going to treat that like it's summertime. Like it's when they tell me that it's 99 degrees, I'm staying in the house. I'm not going nowhere. Yep, I swear it was. Oh my goodness. That's not a good thing. When I like, call me ignorant, but when I'm seeing negative 70 degrees, it's making me think of a blizzard, and you walking like this, which and the wind is blowing. That's what's making me feel like when you telling me negative 70 degrees. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah, negative 70 degrees. And y'all still live there? By the time I be like, okay, it's time to go. Ooh, but you know what? Y'all got some good fish, though. Shout out to the fishermen. Y'all got some good fish. Y'all got that good whiting. Y'all got that good whiting fish out there. Okay? Shout out to ya. Let's go with the randoms. Dang, I'm already. That was some good money though. That was money. That was a money energy right there. But frozen your pipes and shit. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I feel like somebody trying to mess with your pipes. I'm feeling that energy too. I'm feeling that energy. Look, unexpected message. Okay. You might be getting signs from the spirits, okay? This is what, if you're trying to figure out what are the signs for spirits, that's butterflies, songs, hearing guidance, smelling something, okay? Your temperature dropping as senses having a chill, numbers, rainbow, dream, flashing lights, okay? Feeling alone is not being alone. So that is your spiritual message as well. Maybe you're going through this, you're having a downness, because it got the low self-esteem energy. So maybe you're feeling in that loneliness, and they're saying, here go the unexpected message, baby. You're not alone. You know what I'm saying? We just need you to be right over here so you can see what everything is for you. Because you could be a person that's a giver. You know what I'm saying? You love to give. You like Oprah. Everybody get a car. No, bro. We didn't tell you to do that. We gave that car to you. What are you doing? It's that tight, like everybody can get a ride. No, it's that. So that low self-esteem energy, I'm feeling like you're feeling, it's like lowering, I'm feeling like it's the energy, like, let's calm down. Maybe it's high, but let's calm it down a little. Let's lower it a little bit so that you can see these unexpected messages that's coming in. Because sometimes when we're too high up on our high horse, we're not able to see so much going on. No different than, like a king in a palace. The king in the palace won't know what's going on with the people in the community unless you get out the palace and go walk amongst your people. Okay, so it's that type of energy. Maybe you're high, maybe you're in that high, but it's like lower it a little bit. And it's not lowering it in the sense of being depressed, but lowering it enough where you can see what everybody else is going through. Reading the room, okay? It was so freezing. Freezing ain't the word, honey. Like, I don't even think my deep freezer goes to negative 70. Okay? Like, that is ridiculous. Okay? That makes me think of the Looney Tunes too, when the Looney Tunes be doing those little parts right there, little scenes where they they doing a little cooking around the little thingy. I can't talk for some reason. I'm getting a little tired, that's why. But like on the ice, they having a little igloo or something, they cooking something like some fish or something like that. That's making me feel that. But oh my goodness, negative 70 is ridiculous. I'm trying to tell you, my deep freezer don't go that cold. It don't. Okay? Yes. Oh, thank you. Because you laughed, because you got your ass ears and all. You got your daddy's ears? Maybe a doctor or maybe MC high. Want to kiss you all the time. But I would cut that butt when you cut our line. True that. Why you do that? I try to be a tough dad. But you be making me mad. Okay, so maybe your dad like your dad looks up to you, right? And I know that sounds crazy, but your dad really do look up to you. Like, he look at you, hey, a little me, just like me. You make me laugh because you got your dad's ears and all. So maybe like they look at you like, man, you act just like me, But he be like, why you do that? I try to be a tough dad, but you be making me mad. You know? No, what he said, no, yeah. So maybe you're a jokester. You make him happy. You make him laugh. You probably the only one that actually breaks the laughs out of your dad, you know? Or something like that. Or maybe this could be a father figure, or this is daddy, you know? But it could be a situation where, you know, y'all laughing and everything, like fatal attraction, you know? Somebody could be on the computer. Okay. My PC, when that CD go, one day some girl gonna break your heart. Your left ears might be ringing. If your left ear is ringing, it's a warning sign, okay? That means rethink your life movements, okay? Going through a control situation, okay? So something could be taking place out of nowhere, okay? I'm also feeling maybe you lost your left earring. I love you and I'm here for you. Or you talking to somebody, you got your phone on your left ear, and that person said, I love you and I'm here for you. They serious about that. Okay? Maybe they just thought it's gonna be just y'all two. Maybe it's about to be 3. Okay? Maybe somebody could find out they're pregnant or something like that. I was thinking that, then I think about like a mentor or somebody like student loan. So like, it's making that energy of someone very young and still in knowledge and stuff like that. And they're coming to you, taking over the world. Okay? Accept your wrongs. Okay? That spirit sign, they're telling you they want you to accept everything that's going. Maybe, here you go, you could be in that energy of saying, you could be saying, oh, everything is going wrong. They're saying, no, I don't want you to do that. I want you to know that everything is going right. It's actually everything that the spirits want you to move out the way. They need you to be isolated so you can see what I'm giving to you. You can't see it when everybody in your way. You get what I'm saying? You know how you trying to look for something, or no different than when you're trying to find something, right? Think about this. If you're trying to find your phone in a crowd of people, and if everybody's not wanting to look for the phone, it's going to get a little difficult for you to find the phone because all these people are in your area. You can't find your phone because it's crowded. Now, if everybody came together as a team and looked for the phone, you can find this quicker, right? But this is energy where you're the only one looking for your phone, but everybody still want to be in the room, in that same room that you're trying to find the phone. It's that type of energy. Like, it's like they want you to start setting the boundaries. Get the hell out. I got to look for my phone. Get out. If you're not going to be able to look for me, you know, remember when your mama would look for something, you know, when you was a kid and you not thinking about what your mama was looking for, and your mama said, hey, get out. You know, if you're not going to help me look for this, you need to leave me alone. If you can't help me clean up, you need to leave me alone. It's that type of energy, right? So it's like, I'm looking for something. I'm focused on this one thing. And I got all of y'all in my energy, right? I can't focus on what I'm looking for and what my goal is when I have so many other people in my energy, in my space, that's focused on everything else. They're not supporting me. You know, they want me to think about them. They rather me look at this situation, look at it's like a whole bunch of other things than me focus on this one thing. But in the back of my head, it's like, I need to find my phone. But somebody said, hey, can you help me find this job? Okay, yeah, I got you. I need to find my phone. You know how you hear your head telling you to do something, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get to it. Or something else draws you to do it, and then you forgot it, and then when you sit down, you know what I'm saying? You sit down, now you with yourself. Now you in that spirit room with yourself, and you're in that lonely, or, you know, you're in that energy, right? You sit down with yourself, you're like, dang, I forgot to do this. It's that type of energy, okay? So pay attention to everybody that's in the room with you. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to that. Read the room, okay? If they in your energy, are they looking for the same energy with you? Are they sitting there being hungry right along with you? Are they trying to find the same, like, the thing is, everybody could be starving in this room. No different than everybody wants attention, but everybody don't want the right attention. Some people want this type of attention. Some people want money. Some people just want to be loved on. Some people just want you to say yes, yes, yes. You get what I'm saying? Everybody has their own attention. Pay attention to the people that's in your room. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody is not on one accord with you, if they not thinking the same with you, they got to go. Because them are blocking you where you can't. That's like another individual, another energy in your phone that, like, in another energy, maybe they're in your phone right now that could be hitting you up, okay, out of nowhere. All right. But you could have your earpiece in your left ear, okay? But anyway, this person, this person is coming in your energy, right? Or it could be just random people coming in your energy, and they're trying to distract you from you looking for your phone. Your phone is your goals. The phone is you making your money. The phone is you getting a new car. The phone is you getting a new house. The phone is you getting a new job. You know what I'm saying? The phone is you getting to a better place in yourself mentally. Sometimes it's not even about material things. Maybe the biggest price is being happy, and being happy to live and not survive no more. You know what I'm saying? And no longer in this peanut butter jelly stamps and going into this energy, right? We're trying to get out of that. Okay? It says, don't give up your pussy to anyone else. Oh my goodness, somebody claiming you. Maybe this person gonna be skirt. Okay, they're gonna pull up to your house. Maybe they gonna pull up to your house and they got their earplug in their left ear. Okay? They could got a new hairstyle, or you got a new hairstyle, or new look about yourself. Okay? Or somebody new is coming in your head, like a hairstylist. Okay? Somebody's trying to tap into your energy mentally. I'm feeling that. Maybe this bad timing. It says right person just found them at the bad time. So maybe you found the right person, but it was just a bad timing. And that's probably where that put you in that celibate situation, or you holding off. Because you're like, I'm tired of running into bad timing energy. Okay, here you go. That's probably where you're going into that low self-esteem. Get out of that one. I don't want you to get there. Don't get there. Don't get there at all. No, don't let these bums make you feel like you less than. Because they not capable to hang with you. Okay, they can't even get in the club. Okay, think about that. Okay. Everybody can get in the club, but everybody can't get in the VIP section. VIP section, we go straight up in there. We ain't waiting in the line like everybody else. We ain't freezing to death. You know what I'm saying? We ain't complaining. It's that type. We're the VIP section. We're the ones like, hey, that's you. Hey, you. Hey, why you over there? You know how somebody spot you out of nowhere? Hey, what you doing over there? Come here. That's you. That's your energy, okay? That's you. Maybe you went into this celibate energy where you withdraw from people, you withdraw from lust energy. That's what celibate is. That's what celibacy is. It's not, oh, I'm not having sex no more. It's, I'm not having sex for lust. Okay? Because I realize you are fucking up my timing. The more I keep dealing with you, the more you in my room, I can't find my phone. Okay? I can't find my man. I can't find my woman when you're in my room. It's that. You know what I'm saying? So no, you're not celibacy because you're scared and your heart broken. No, you're celibacy because I am tired of dealing with the lust. Where's the love? Okay? I am tired of always feeling like I'm always the right person with the badass energy, with the bad person. You know what I'm saying? You're tired of that. Okay? And if you are, and I know you tired of it, because this is where this is it. The low self-esteem, you feeling you used to be higher up, and you are going to be high, because guess what? Baby, you are everything but the low. All right? So let's not get low. How low can you go? How low can y'all hear that? The motorcycle. Yes, we have a I done spotted my big old fish. My big fish that I have a crush on lives in the neighborhood, y'all. It's feeling like a look. You know how you're a cat and you're like, here the kitty kitty. That's how I feel, okay? Tattoos, okay? Somebody want to mark you, okay? Somebody want to brand the situation, okay? Only reason why I'm saying that because I'm looking down and they said, ooh, pregnancy, okay? So somebody's like, I'm about to set you down, okay? Set you down. Like, tattoo is everlasting. This is how they feel. Okay, this person could be in that situation as well. Maybe it's going to have to take you to get pregnant in a situation. I mean, that's a bittersweet situation. I don't know. That's bittersweet because sometimes we don't want to get pregnant. What happened to the ring before the marriage? You know, maybe it could be that type. I'm also feeling like somebody's going to get your name tattooed on them. That person that's doing that, they trying to show you how legit they are. You could probably get they fatal attraction. They got a real fatal feeling about you, okay? Maybe y'all had a healthy relationship, or no, maybe you had a healthy relationship in the past, okay? But it started getting a little friction or whatever. Okay, maybe it was bad timing because I'm feeling that bad timing because they're saying it was the right person. It was just bad timing, okay? So here you go. Maybe y'all decided to be friends. Okay. Maybe you ever decided to you being in a relationship with someone and before it get too bad, before I started hating you, I'm just going to put you in a friend zone, cause I really like you. I really like you, but I see this not going to come out the way. So I'm gonna just put you in a friend zone before I really cut before I say, oh no, maybe you got a lot of options. Okay, maybe someone feel like you got too many options. They said, why? Or maybe somebody's like, why you have too many options? Okay, why would I not? The thing is, the attitude, if they got a fatal attraction, what makes you think you're the only one that got eyes that's walking on this earth? You're the only one? No, it says, do you feel this way because someone else is into you and feel exactly how you feel? Matching your energy. Okay? Or somebody's trying to figure out why you're not trying to match their energy. Okay? Somebody is trying to put love in the situation or they want to put love in it. Okay? Clean your house. Okay? Maybe your feet hurt. You've been on your feet too long. Okay? Maybe you've been focused on cleaning your house so much your feet hurt now. Okay? You could be a Pisces. Tuesday energy is what I'm feeling. But Thursday is what Pisces rules in. Wintertime, love, wisdom, surrender. Okay? Loyal to a friendship. Okay? I did talk about that entrepreneur, CEO. Somebody could be a CEO. Okay? I'm also feeling this as an initial. I'm feeling like initials in that, but it's the opposite. So it could be like Oscar. Someone's name could be Oscar Edward Coleman. I'm looking at it the other way. I'm sorry. I'm feeling that. Okay. I don't know. Who is it? A last name that starts with an O? There are some last names that start with O's. They're like very unique. Okay. Singing my life with this world, killing me softly with his. Okay. It says, I want a painting of you nude. Ooh, somebody loves your body naked. A nude art gallery, or somebody wants to see you naked. Maybe they love when you naked. You're like a masterpiece. Okay. CEO, I'm feeling like somebody want to take over your body naked. Like they want to own you naked. Like they want to own your body. 9/11, I'm saying. They want to own your body. Okay? Or they want to own your body all the way to your fucking feet. Okay? From the head to the toes. Okay? That's what I'm feeling. CEO, like I want to own you. Maybe somebody's like, I take ownership. You know? Ooh. Perfect match. perfect match. Not only is they taking ownership, but they a perfect match. Cause you know, it's a lot of people out here that can claim something, but they ain't able to handle it. Okay? It says, I want to grow old with you. Come on, they talking to us now. Killing me softly with his song. Yes, okay? A gift with strings attached. This string attached could be a commitment. A string attached is like, you know, a proposal. A string attached could be like that baby. You get what I'm saying? That's a gift, right? And it comes with ties. It says, I will get you pregnant. So, okay, you're not pregnant yet, but they will. 7-Eleven, somebody could go to the gas station, or they want to gas you up, okay? Or they putting gas in their car to come to your house, okay? So they can kill that thing softly. Okay? It says, when I love you, I tend to stray away. This person is afraid of commitment issues. That's what was the issue. Okay? So it wasn't that they didn't love you. They knew they loved you. They didn't know how to love you correctly. It's the energy. Okay? So that's where that comes into that bad timing. Okay? I know. I'm trying to hurry up. I'm sorry, love. I'm trying to hurry up. And I'm feeling a little tired. Strong in my pen with his fingers. You be catching me, little G. Don't be calling me out like that. But I love it though. 1010. You could see 1010 as well. I'm sorry. With this song, somebody could drive a minivan. Your stepmother, maybe your stepmother drive a minivan, or you know how the minivan, it's a lot of people that can get in your car. You know, when you get a big vehicle, everybody want to get in your car. Then it could be that type of situation, or maybe your stepmother is trying to get on a bandwagon with you. Okay. Or here you go, maybe your stepmother, maybe your mother is trying to step up in the energy with you and get in the bandwagon energy with you. Okay. You could have an important letter in the mail. Okay. Maybe you got to take a deep breath with this situation, or it might take your breath away, or something that is going to be shocking as well. Okay. Someone thinks you are using them for something that they don't even got. Okay, imagine somebody tripping. It makes me think about that guy. What's his name? I can't think of his name. He wears a tux and stuff, and he's like, if somebody say that you a gold digger, say, yeah, I got gold. You got some? It's that type of energy. Someone saying, like, they're saying that they're complaining or talking about something that you want out of them, or something that you desire, and the only reason why they got an issue with it is because they can't give it to you. It's not a problem of you what you're asking for. They just got a problem with you asking for it out of them, because you know damn well they can't do it for you. Okay, it's that type of energy. Okay, look, oh my goodness. And it says this person will turn into a clown, like I said before, because it's saying someone is thinking you are trying to use them for something they don't have. Like, how are you are such a clown for that? Like, why would you even think that? You don't even have it. How you talking about, you know, you always want to ride, but last time I checked, you always asking me where's my keys at. Okay, who needs to ride? You know, you always asking or saying that I always ask for money, but every time I turn around, your gas is on E and you're calling me. Who got to put the gas in the car? Whose money is that? You know, it's that type. Okay. Someone could get a back tattoo. I'm out. Look, somebody could be very tatted up. Tat it up. Tat it up. I took it hard away. That's the energy, like I was saying before, that peanut butter sandwich, along with getting that, all of a sudden you're able to cook on a grill. You weren't able to cook on a grill before. Now you able to. You took it the hard way. Okay? Maybe you're learning the law of detachment. Okay? That's being aware, making room and letting go and staying grounded. Those are the four key things of law of detachments. Awareness, making room, letting go and staying grounded. Awareness. What is awareness? Freeing your energy from anything that is draining you. Okay? 2, making a room. Making room. What is making room? Giving God all the faith and desire. All right? 3, letting go. What is letting go? Releasing your fear of lack of. 4, what is 4? Staying grounded. Staying confident in the decisions that you are making. That makes me think about the energy of what was it? Leadership. Let's talk like a leader. I put those cards up. But it's like, the more you talk with confidence, the more that leadership skill start building out of you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Someone wants to give you everything they got. Okay. You didn't ask for nothing. You took it the hard way. So maybe you wasn't the person that was always asking for favors and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Maybe everybody didn't know that you was over there making little sandwiches because you didn't tell nobody. No one didn't know that. Okay? No one didn't know that you were struggling. Maybe you have mastered the law of detachment. Maybe you're that person that detach when you don't got your stuff going on. You don't got your situation going on. You can't party with somebody if I'm broke. Like, what you think this is? I got goals in mind. It could be that. Okay? Maybe you should go on a walk or a hike. Okay? Or maybe you should take your time, and then, because walking is like taking your time. You can also speed walk, but I'm also feeling take a slow walk. Take your time, watch your step, and then it's the hiking. Reach up to the top. Okay? Take it to the top. Okay? I don't like your friends. Somebody don't like your friends. Okay? Maybe somebody got a friend named A. Okay? Or your friend got an A. I mean, everybody got an A in their name, but I feel like it's the beginning of their name. Okay? Yeah, somebody don't like your friend. Or this could be your energy. It could be your energy that you don't know about. You could have a friend that starts with, I'm feeling Amanda show. I'm sorry. Yeah, this friend that starts with the A, I feel like they're telling you that they like your soul is telling you they don't like this person, and you probably trying to figure out why you keep getting into this energy of detachment. Why keep detaching from this person? Because your soul is saying, hey, I don't like that friend of yours. They toxic. Ooh, my God, look at that. Then it says connecting with the spirits. Yeah, your spirits is connecting with you. You trying to figure out why I keep detaching from this friend. Why I always, like, why we don't get along. You know what I'm saying? Or not even in a sense of getting along. It's like, why I don't ever want to be around you. Okay? It's that type of energy because they're telling you, hey, we don't like that energy. We don't like that energy. Something could take place 3 weeks from now or 3 weeks later. Type of feeling. So here goes. Something could already took place, right? And then, or 3 weeks ago. I'm feeling 3 weeks ago something took place. All right. Maybe you're dreaming of smoke. Okay. If you're dreaming of smoke, okay, what are you dreaming? If it's distance, that means that your is unknown futures in your events. If you're dreaming of smoke that's surrounding you, that means you're confused and feeling a little lost. If you're dreaming of smoke escaping, then you're finding the clarity. Okay. If you're dreaming of smoke, like smoke going into a fire, that means stop worrying and stop over stressing. Okay. Okay. Hey. It's interesting because we just said somebody's name that start with a letter A. Hey. Yeah. It could be an energy where your spirits are trying to warn you, okay? You got an energy that you keep trying to detach, or your spirits keep enforcing you to detach from them because they're a toxic energy, okay? But I'm glad you called yourself out, because I'm like, hey, because I couldn't think of a name that started with A, but here it comes. They coming. All right. You got school pictures, or I'm feeling like maybe you taking a profile picture. You know, because school pictures, they do a profile picture like from the neck up. You know, it could be something like that. It's gonna keep pulling on you, Kim. It is gonna keep pulling on you. Don't think it's not gonna not pull on you, okay? Because they know you want it. But then you gotta recognize also, Kim, right? Because you're saying that you're feeling the energy. You gotta also recognize that you feeling it so much, even the devil gonna start pulling on it now, because they gonna see how good do you want it, okay? How good do you want it? Somebody could go on a movie date, or they want to go take you out somewhere. Ooh, do they do the drive-through movies? Do people still have those in their area? The drive-through movie? I'm feeling like somebody's trying to be a little bit more romantic. Okay, so maybe someone's gonna have a movie in the backyard. Okay, they want you. Okay, they want you. They want you so bad they stalking your ass. Okay, or your stalker wants you. Okay, they might be the one who asked you on a movie date, or here go, maybe they're sending you reels. That's what I'm feeling as well. Not only like a movie date, but they're sending you reels. I'm feeling that too. That person be stalking the hell out your ass. There's something about you that's so familiar. They stalking you. Okay, your sex is healing. Maybe you already gave them a little nutty gutty. You get what I'm saying? Or y'all had, or maybe this person be dreaming about you. Okay, new home, new friends. I'm feeling this for new home, new friends. I'm feeling like you moved like a whole different state, a whole different city. That's what I'm feeling. Because for you to have a new friend, new home, yeah. Yep, not gay, sorry. What it is. The salesman. You good with your words, salesman? You've been seeing that? We talked about that. We talked about the signs of spirits, which is butterflies. Butterflies is in the midst of this. Butterflies. Birds. Yep, birds right there. Yep. Oh, you said what does it mean? Hold on. Yeah, I can wrap it up. Look what time it is. Yeah, I got you. Thank you for putting me on timeout now. Hold on, I got you. We're gonna do that because we did that. Did we what'd you call it? Are you here for? Yeah, it might be. Hold on. What? I feel like we got I feel like we getting some misunderstanding in the chat. Cause little G, what you talking about? Unless it was something that happened earlier up in the top. Hold on. But butterflies. Want to do the butterflies first? Cause butterflies are gonna be coming out a lot more for everybody, actually. I'll be that fool for you. Somebody say I'll be a fool for you. Okay, so butterfly spirit. That means awakening, changes, freedom, transformation. I mean, I can get that with transformation because, you know, like a caterpillar, right? A caterpillar is like in that ugly duckling stage, and then it goes in a cocoon, you know, it goes in isolation for a season, or it goes in, how long do a caterpillar stay in the cocoon? That's something that we gotta figure out too, you know, because that could be like a time frame. All right. Also, oh, if you see a blue butterfly, all right, that means that a significant change is coming your way. All right. Also, they said if you just see a butterfly in general, that means it's time for you to express your feelings and express yourself, like through music or art. I like the cha-cha. A. You could be Latin or Dominican. The DR. I like the cha-cha. A. You said it. You see a yellow butterfly? Hold on. I got you. Hey, oh, with the Dominican. All right, hold on. Yellow butterfly. Yellow butterfly is transformation. It says embrace the calling of change. All right. Encourage for positive outlooks. It's a symbol for good luck, prosperity, incoming abundance. Hey, everybody claim that one. All right. And if you didn't, you better dream it tonight. Dream that yellow butterfly. Okay. But also sunlight and warmth is coming your way. All right. The yellow brings the brightness to your journey and opportunity. I like that because, you know, yellow brings light to the world, right? Yeah. What was the other one? The man again, what was it? Birds? Yeah. No, I don't want no hummingbird. Okay, so here you go. If you're seeing birds, like a lot of significant birds, they're saying in particular, if you're looking for if a blue jay is approaching you, that means a deep connection of communication is coming in your way. Now, if you're just seeing a bird, just birds in general, like a flock of birds, they're saying confidence and spiritual awareness, true clarity, and true protection. Appearance of messages through the spirits is coming your way. So if it's like just a lot of communication, I guess if you see a lot of birds, it's like you might get like a lump sum. Maybe that's where's that card at? That unexpected. Yeah, that bird energy. So like an unexpected message, you know. They said if you see a bird tapping on your window, that makes, I mean, that don't never happen to me, you know. But maybe you're going to see a bird tapping on a window. They said that somebody in heaven is trying to reach out to you. That was random. That just random hit us. I just opened it. I mean, because who actually seen a bird tap on the window? I mean, I actually seen a bird running smack to a window, you know, because, you know, when they say when you clean a window, they can't really see or something like that. It could be that. If you see a hawk spirit, that's a sign of good luck, healing, and protection. A new journey is coming your way, a new phase of life. So if you're seeing a hawk, okay, if you see a robin, since we're just talking about them, robin, their words are small. Robin, it shows that it's time to let go of everything in your life and sustain everything. Plant a seed to a new beginning and set goals and intention. Robin, that makes me, what's that little Rocket Robin? Tweedly. Okay, you see a humming of a bird? That is a strong thinking. Okay, embrace the humbleness, but do not sustain it. So maybe it's like it's okay for you to be humble, but don't be humbled too long. That's what I'm feeling. Because, you know, like a hummingbird, they're very quiet, but they're very quick. You can see them. You can spot a hummingbird. Like, you can notice that's a hummingbird. So it could be that situation where it's okay for you to be humble, but be humbled at the right time. I'm also feeling like that bad timing. Maybe this was a bad time for you to be humble. It was time for you to be that hummingbird that fly past and like, oh, that was a hummingbird. It's that type, so be aware of that. Okay, you could hear an owl or see an owl. Okay, they said wisdom and light is piercing through the darkness. So basically, whatever is going to happen in the dark is going to come to the light energy. If you see a raven, okay, raven, that means trust your intuition, create a solution. Okay, so you see like a flock of ravens, it could be a situation where maybe you're in conflict. You know, you could have been praying for some guidance and some answers and stuff like that. You see that raven, the raven's just basically telling you, hey, we got you. We heard your prayer. We're going to come in. We're going to make it through. So, but they're telling you they want you to be creative with the solution. So it's like, it's going to take you to solve this problem. Maybe it's going to take you because they're saying trust your intuition. So it's like you got the gut feeling and they want you to move on it. Okay. Also, we already talked about the blue jay with that one. And then the cardinal. All right. That means a visitor or a loved one is coming in. So, or you see a red bird, basically a red bird. That means a loved one or someone's coming in. You see a duck. It say a duck. It means a emotional comfort of protection is coming through. If you see a dove, peace. I mean, we all know what peace, like a dove and peace is. Then they said a crow is a symbol of magic and wisdom from your ancestors. That was a lot. That was a lot for little birds. They had a lot more messages through the bird, which that makes sense. What does the black butterfly mean? Hold on. Oh, that was the first one that popped up. Okay, black butterfly. It says you might be going through an intense transformation. You need to hold all your mysteries. Okay, so maybe you're going to find some information. You might be finding out some information. They're telling you not to tell it yet. Like keep it to yourself. Okay. It says you might be acting. You might be acting in a spiritual bodyguard. So you're protecting yourself. Somebody could be attacking you spiritual, just like what just took place right there. Okay. But somebody could be a spiritual bodyguard, or they're telling you to protect yourself. Okay. Protect your feelings. All right. This is that black butterfly, just to let you know. Okay. But they're also saying you might be getting a message on the other side. Other side energy, don't take that into like that. Ooh, the other side energy could be your instinct. The other side, the side that nobody can see, the unknown. Okay. It says they are telling, who is there? Why they speak like that? Let me read this through. Okay, so they're trying to warn you that you're needing shadow work. Okay, shadow work is as simple as you just like that energy where I was saying sometimes you gotta withdraw. You gotta tell people to get out the room so you can see, you can see what is missing. Okay, so the shadow work is just going, instead of going out with your friends, say you're gonna stay home. You're gonna chill out at the home, and if you don't want to chill at the home, just don't go out with your friends. Go out by yourself. Okay, it's like that. It's time for you to start making changes. Maybe this is going to start happening in May. Maybe during May it's going to make you start getting into that, better know your worth. You know your worth, so it's okay for you to go out, but it's just like they're telling you it's time for you to do some solo journeys. Like, go solo. All right. Okay. And also, that means that something is pointing you to the beginning of a new ending. I guess they saying that basically, because I didn't write that. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. It could be also a situation where, what they say, when one door closes, another one will open. That's what I'm feeling too. It make me think about that card that we pulled out earlier, where it was like the job loss, but the job loss is gonna make you wake up and realize maybe I should do this instead. Okay, so like, well, what one door is gonna close, another one will open. Okay, and like they said, I got you. Okay, you just gotta know your worth. You gotta take your foot out, take your foot off the gas. That's what I'm feeling. A new relationship, yeah. Remember, that transformation could be that energy, the transformation, a new journey. You know, a new relationship could also be a new relationship within yourself too. Just, keep healing that too. You know, because we are our own individual person. And sometimes we can get lost within ourselves, especially if we get tied into other people and like friends. We hung out with them. We hung out with our friends so much that they done made us change our outfit. So we're not saying like deliberately, but you know how sometimes you can hang with somebody and it's like, oh, I never thought about putting that outfit, and then all of a sudden your wardrobe starts changing. You start to have certain things in your wardrobe that you never had before. It could be simple things like that, and then y'all no longer friends, or y'all no longer hanging out, or y'all no longer doing certain things, and now you got these piece of items that were just that little part of that life that you was just enjoying, that's still lingering. Okay, so now you gotta, because I'm feeling this song right here where it's saying you gotta know your worth. Tell yourself that you know your worth. Okay, but get into this energy right here. Okay, get into it, because we coming from nothing and we're coming to something. Okay, I like it. Started coding my clothes. Yes, I like that. That's really, hey, that's probably where Ken, we was talking about the energy of like teaching, teaching people. Some people don't know that. Some people don't know how to do that. Some people don't know how to manage their clothes in their closet. And it as simple as you just going online and just talking about it. Going online or just seeing, showing people new skill sets, new life hacks. It can be a lot of things like that, like just simple things. Because I'm feeling like that small, like short-term goal and long-term goal. And I said, with a short-term goal, it's like, I would rather you get the smallest things and fill up the basket instead of getting the big items and they fill up the basket too, but there are two big things that fill up the basket compared to these small things, and you got like 50 of them. Now you smiling because you got a lot more compared to somebody else that's holding two things and now they wobbling, but you can walk like this because you created balance for yourself, because you put a little here, you put a little here, you learn how to balance yourself instead of putting an overload on yourself. And now it's like that type. So yeah, I'm just thinking about like how you saying color coding. Like a lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of people don't know how to do that. They don't even know how to start. Okay, you've been journaling. Yes. That is the start. Y'all know I love journaling. I am addicted to journals. I got journals everywhere. Okay, I did try to put them up because I noticed that I had a lot of journals when I showed y'all. What was it, last week? I was like, okay, I gotta organize. That's a little too much D. So I did put my journals up. But yes, journaling is key. Why? Because it just helps clear out the mind, because sometimes we can't talk to everybody about what's going on with us. And sometimes that it's time for us to just write it down. Sometimes our thoughts just need to be written down. Sometimes it don't need to be said. It just need to be written down. It just need to be out of our head. Just out of our head for a moment. So that's good. That's good. I hope that clears your brain. I hope that clears your mind. I hope that it puts you at rest and makes you sleep a little bit at a lighter. We could have more things going on with ourselves, right? But once we journal, maybe we're gonna start coloring. You know how they do adult color, like the with the color pencils, using coloring pencils instead of crayons and stuff like that. Hold on. Yes, baby. Here you go. Here you go. I got something for you. Since you want to do that, what you could do, and if you want that man to be in your bed, you write exactly about this man. And remember, I told you we're not trying to do too much details on what it looked like, but we want the energy, because we want the soul to be correct, because it can look good and the soul can be tainted. You get what I'm saying? We can get exactly what we're looking for: the tall man, the short man, the skinny, the tall, the thick one. You know what I'm saying? We can get all that, but the whole time we painted the picture and didn't know what kind of paint they use, because you can paint a picture and it can look nice, no different than how you get a tattoo, right? You get a tattoo, depending on what time of ink that person have, that ink gonna fade away a little bit. So I'm for the energy of, just like what you were saying about that man that you writing. Yeah, write that man, but I want you, like we talked about before, write about the energy. Like, what do you want that energy to feel like? You know what I'm saying? Write that down, and when you write it, I don't want to use this, but when you write it down, you're gonna fold it here, because you want it to come to you, and then you're gonna pray to yourself, because you know how I roll, because we don't want the devil to hear our prayer. Okay, we don't want the devil to hear our prayer, so we're gonna pray that, and we're gonna fold it because we want it to come to us, and then we're gonna slide that in between the mattress and the box spring, and we do not touch it. We forget about it and don't talk about it ever again. And we can't. That's when now, Kim, when you do that, you can no longer talk about it. You have to literally forget, because when you do that and you make that prayer, it's more like you're not putting it in God's hands. You get what I'm saying? And then when you slide it under the bed, it's just you sliding like, okay, God, this is where I want him at. You get what I'm saying? I need him at home. I need him right here in this bed. I need him in my comfort position. And now I ain't talking about the pillow, because we ain't trying to do no pillow talk. We want that man in the mattress. We want that man in the I need that man to be coming home. Okay? Coming home. And I promise you not, I did it before. And the only reason why, Kim, I'm telling you why you shouldn't do the image, because that's what I did. That's what I did. I did an image, and I got the image, but I forgot to write more about his soul and his spirit. So that whole time, and I actually forgot that I wrote that and slid it in my mattress. And yes, he sure enough did show up. And he showed and he stayed because he was in my mattress. But I forgot that I had left it in the mattress. So I'm trying to figure out until one day, you know how you flip your mattress? I flipped the mattress and I said, oh shit. I seen that shit. I burned that thing immediately. And I think it took a minute, because that's an energy that sat there for a long time, and I think he ended up going away eventually. But yes, I promise you not. I'm telling you from a life lesson. When you write this, and then when you slide it under the mattress, make sure you're writing. Be careful what you ask for, because God have a funny way to make us laugh, and he be over there laughing, cracking up too, and we be looking at him like, that wasn't funny. But he be like, but you said he wanted that, it could be that. So be careful what you ask for. Okay. But I'm telling you, a walking witness, as 12:34 is on this motherfucking clock right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wrote that thing, and I was so big on the image. I wanted the person to look a certain way that I forgot all about his soul. And if I got a little bit more detail in the soul, I probably would have got exactly what I want. But yeah, Kim, there you go. That's random, because I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. But maybe that's something that you need to get into. So especially if you're journaling and stuff. So you already tapping in. Okay? Get that going. It don't matter what paper. You know how people big on paper? I'm hearing I wrote that thing on a paper. I just wrote on paper. Okay, you can make something out of nothing. Okay, it don't matter. You know how people say, like certain paper. Nah, let's put our intentions is gonna be in that paper. So regardless of what it is, we treating that shit like a magic carpet. Okay, depending on who step on that carpet, that magic carpet can take us somewhere. And then some people could step on the carpet and it could be straight carpet. So it's not really about, you get what I'm saying, the paper and the pen. It's about the intentions when you're writing it down. So when we write them intentions on how we trying to build our man and build, and for my men too, because men, I don't know why you feel as though these girls, men, you should be building your wife too. Like, and that's why your ass over there with the hoes. Okay? You trying to figure out, you ain't over there doing the same thing. Okay? Get that pen and paper, build your wife, build your husband. But I'm telling you, when it comes down to it, I want you to talk about how you want them to look. Of course I do. But I need more of the characteristics. For example, do you want this person to go build you a house if you said, baby, I'm tired of being in this apartment? You know, do you want this person to be able to fix your plumbing? Like that, like, I mean, so detailed. So detailed. I mean, or maybe he a plug. If you want that, you get what I'm saying? I mean, you need to be in so much details. As so much details that you talking about, you want him to have a big dick or you want her to have a wet pussy. You know what I'm saying? You want her to have big titties in the ass. So much details. You got to write that too. As simple as, I want her to know how to cook. Not only know how to cook, she know how to cook from scratch. Cause she can cook. Somebody can cook off a hamburger helper. All you gotta read the damn directions. You can make hamburger helper. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not what you like, if you want somebody to cook you from scratch, there you go. You don't want somebody to get the green beans out the can. You want her to go get them green beans and like how grandma did it and pop them things off the side. You know what I'm saying? And make them green beans. That's what you gotta manifest. No different from my ladies that's wanting it. You know what I'm saying? You want your man to, like I said, go out there. Your man go to Lowe's like he go to the grocery store. If you want that, manifest it. You get what I'm saying? Look, brokey, we ain't trying to manifest the brokies, okay? Cause most of the brokies look good as hell, and they lay down the best pipe ever. The broke ones do. They on the budget. They surviving out here. They gotta give it to you. They gonna give you exactly what you need. So that's what I'm saying. We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful. Oh my goodness, that just brings me so much memory of that. And I never knew why that motherfucker could not get out of my bed. Like, why I couldn't get him out of my bed energy. Like, he was always wanting to come, you know. Even, no different than sometimes he didn't even want to do it. He just go in the room and just slays in my bed. And I forgot all about that message that I was trying. I was looking for my husband too, but I didn't. I got the image. I got exactly what I wanted, but I forgot. I don't know why. I don't know why that just slipped my mind to not think about the person's personality. Like, what? You gotta think about the personality. Yeah. But all right, love bugs. I'm probably gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna try my best. It's it's time. Well, we got sports. We got baseball and soccer in the morning games. In that sun, I'm not ready. I got my umbrella and I got me a chair now. I got that little big joker. I know they're gonna think I'm too much. I don't do sun. I think it's gonna rain tomorrow too. I gotta check the weather. Love you too. But yeah, most definitely. So it's baseball and soccer. Baseball's first, then soccer's like right after that. I only get an hour break. Okay. Shout out to the sports mamas, the ones who actually be doing this. Shout out to y'all. Okay, cause what the fuck? I told my mom I need a nanny. I need a nanny that's doing that shit. Cause how they doing this? Okay, it's so much. But But anyway, but yeah, and then I gotta go to work after that. So yeah, so I'm gonna have so much energy. I know I'm gonna be up on here with y'all. I'm gonna be on here. I know I am. I just feel it in my spirit. Cause I said I wasn't gonna be on here tonight, and I ended up getting on here tonight with 2 hours of sleep. Cause for some reason I could not go to sleep to save my life. So I just started washing clothes. I was just washing clothes, cleaning up. You ever did that when you couldn't sleep? You just start cleaning up and you start doing stuff. Was it? No, it was Rich Homie Khan. Was it Rich Homie Khan that passed away, or was it Young Thug? I think it's Rich Homie Khan. That's my best friend. Bless him. I'm trying to tell you. Kim. God got a funny way to be like, here, kitty, 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 kitty. Know how to tease you, okay? Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. You said you want this. It's right there under your nose, just over there roughing his goddamn car. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yes, how did our mothers do it? How? Oh my God. Like, I have one child that's good at school, right? And then I have one that, he's trying his best. And in my head, it's like, that was me. I was the one that was trying my best. I had to call my mama, like, Mama, how you do this? She said, I ain't do it. I called the tutor. I was like, oh. I said, that is right. I did have a tutor. She said, yeah, you're going to have to get a tutor because I couldn't handle you. She said she was going to slap the shit out of me. Like, I was that kid that was like, I got it, but I didn't get it. You know how you get it? What's 1 + 2? 2. And then you start read the problem and you're like, 4. No! We just answered it. That was me. I'm sorry. I was that child. And I have one now that's like me. And, and it's just like, I had to call my mama. Hey, Mama, how you do this? She said, I did not do that shit. Hell no. She said, you, out of everyone? Mm-mm. She said, I could not do that. She said, I had to call the tutor on you. I had 2 tutors. Yeah. It was struggle. But you know what was crazy? I think it took me they failed me in 5th grade, 4th grade or something like that. And that woke my ass up. I think that's when it was like a wake up call. Oh, y'all really serious. And after that, I excelled in everything. Even when I went to college. You get what I'm saying? The only reason why I didn't finish my presidential schooling shit, where I was about to be a presidential scholar, is because I got hemmed up with a motherfucking nigga. And that was my abuser, actually. I think, was it Kim? Me and Kim was talking about that? Yeah, that was the abuser. Yeah. That motherfucker choked me so much that night. We got in a badass argument. That we got such in a bad argument. I could not talk, so I couldn't do my speech for my presidential thing. And it was like a first come, first serve. I was so hurt. I didn't even know how to tell my mama. I lied and told my mama some bullshit. Because, as a mom, how would your mother feel? You calling her, telling her, Mama, I didn't make my presidential scholarship because my boyfriend and I got in an argument and he choked me to death and I couldn't talk, And that motherfucker was making soup and shit. Little sick ass mother. Anyway, let me go to bed. We reminiscing too much. But no, yeah. Sometimes you gotta, like I said before, we gotta be careful who we around. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we gotta be careful who's in the room when we're looking for things. Like I'm looking for that presidential scholarship. I was trying to help my mama from not paying all my schooling. Because I decided to pick up 2 damn degrees. You feel me? I'm trying to help her out instead of her working, and stuff. And it's just like, that was the phone. The phone was me making it to the scholarship situation. But guess what? I had a person, which is, my significant other at that time. He was in the room and he wasn't looking for the phone with me. He didn't have that go with me. He tried to hinder it. He hindered it so much that I had him sitting in the room with me so much that he took my voice away. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't able to step up and talk about it. Get that scholarship, get that way out, because he couldn't get the way out. I actually found out that he dropped school and he wasn't even supposed to be on the campus the whole time. So can you imagine your ass getting dragged up by a motherfucker that ain't even supposed to be there? That's how you knew the devil was there. The devil was just there, and the God was just sitting there. You know, sometimes God have to sit down to watch his kids get beat up a little bit. You know, no different than like your parents. You know, your parents don't want you to go through hell and stuff like that. But they know that in order for you to go through this journey, that's the only way you're going to learn how to get out. That's the only way you're going to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really think about it, like, I'm not wishing no domestic violence, because trust me, that was a scary moment for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker was like trying to be a boogeyman type. But, and then, you know, people say, why you didn't run? I didn't run because that motherfucker had a gun. Okay, he didn't mind pulling it out every time I try to leave. It was my shit. I left him in my house. I left him there. I had my own apartment. I literally left him. He broke your arm? Yeah, like, people be thinking domestic. No. What he say, I'm about to leave this place because I'm about to catch a case. Imagine a man that don't even give you no warning sign, and he just comes out of nowhere and just wallywop your ass, and you just chilling. You just fucking chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's just like things like that. That's that devil all upon you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you gotta be cautious of who you let in your room. You gotta be cautious of all the people that you welcome, because that motherfucker had a smile on his face the whole time. He know how to act so perfectly. My family didn't know nothing about it. You get what I'm saying? No different than people who are the violent and the predators and the prey situation. Sometimes you never know until you get caught up in the situation, you know? And then you realize, dang, you missed the blessing. You know, I thought that the whole time, like, dang, I missed my blessing. I could have got that presidential. No. It was a reason why I had to do it this way. I had to go through that journey because I'm able to recognize them people who get those men who got bad tempers. The lady in my life, where Nora at? Right. The lady in my life is playing. Okay. Yeah. Kim, did he ever tell you the reason? My abuser came back and apologized to me like a bitch. Jay Sean, I'm gonna say your name. Anyway, but but no, he apologized, and the reason why he quote unquote told me he did all those things is because I wanted to leave. So he had to scare me so I wouldn't leave him, because he didn't want to be alone. So, yeah. Yeah. When I'm so serious, like, it'd be times that he was a petty abuser. Like, I'm calm about it now to talk about it, but he was a really petty abuser. Like, he would be under the bed with both guns. And he would sleep under the fucking bed and he would tell me I better sleep on the bed. And I had to sleep on the bed. I could not sleep. But he would force me to sleep on the bed with the guns under the bed with him under it. And so if I moved, I couldn't use the bathroom. I couldn't do anything. Because every moment I moved, that motherfucker was like, where you going? So, yeah. And all because he didn't want to be single. But, mind you, that motherfucker was cheating the whole time. That's that fucked up shit. I had to heal from my 3 times in the, ooh. 3 times? Ooh. That's a strong woman right there. Kim, that's strong right there, girl. That's strong. 3 times? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. It takes a lot. And you know what? And I'm gonna give it to you, Kim. But let me tell you how strong you are. Okay, if you didn't know how strong you are, I'm going to tell you how strong you are. For you to say that you've been in a domestic violence 3 times and you can still come up on this motherfucking screen and say, where my man at? Where my heart at? Where this man going to treat me right? Because I done made so many fails there all these other times. I can't even talk, girl. Woo, that's strong. Cause I only had it once. And I said, fuck. I can't do it. So scared. Any moment. Like, it got me on edge. Any moment. Anytime a man get too violent and it gets me in a fear, I'm about to leave your ass. I don't even want to see how far you can get. Because I see how bad it can get. Because some men don't know how to control their stuff. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they're anger. And some people don't know. Some men don't know their fucking strength. And I don't feel like no man should even put their hands on a woman, period. That's the reason why you supposed to have the deep voice. Don't get mad at me because your deep voice ain't there no more. But your voice is supposed to stand firm. No different than when your dad, if you had a daddy in the house, your daddy didn't hit on you. Your daddy used his voice. If you a man, your voice is all it takes. Your presence is all it takes. It don't have to take you to raise your hand up for you to make a message to me. And I'm so sorry, Kim, that you went through that. But I promise you, I know you believe in true love. And I give it to you, baby. I give it to you, baby. Because when I tell you, for you to see ugly and you seen the devil three times try to take you out. And you can still get out of hell and say, I know it's still heaven out here. That's what I'm talking about right there, Kim. That's how I know you strong. When you can say that. You get what I'm saying? No different than, that's like you getting a new pair of shoes and someone step on your shoes and they got shit on their shoes and you don't get it mad because they put shit on your shoes. You can just go in the bathroom, go clean that shit off and say, they still shoes though. These shoes gonna keep me walking. It's that type. It's that the smallest things. The smallest things. That's a survival skill. You survived and you made it. And then not only that, I want you to learn and pay attention to every energy that was there. Because every energy that was there, that was the knowledge to let you know the next time, this is how you're supposed to know that your husband is not this and your husband is that. You know? Because that's one thing I had to tell myself. You know? Like, dang, why did I had to get punched a couple times from men? Why I had to send... Honestly, I never seen a man that was perfect. Never. I mean, my grandfather, but he passed away young. When I was young. So I didn't grow up to see that. You know? Majority of all the men I seen was ugly. And it wasn't ugly on the sense of your appearance. Your soul was ugly. Your soul put me on edge. You know? So, that was beautiful, Kim. That lets you know that it's still called faith out here. And it's called fear ain't nothing but the devil. Faith is nothing but the energy of God. Right? Fear is nothing but the devil. Faith is nothing but the energy of God. Right? Because you got to have faith to feel like it's still love out here. That devil put the fear of love when they were sitting there putting the heart hurting you. You know what I'm saying? And every time they put the L in it, because you know them motherfuckers love to say they love us, but sit there and hurt us at the same time. And you know what? Domestic violence, people look at it in the sense of putting their hands on you. Why we can't take domestic violence in the sense of your feelings? You don't think your feelings are human? You don't think so? You don't think you can hurt me with your feelings? It's called emotional abuse. You know, that's another domestic violence situation too. You know, it's that type. Okay? Yeah. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. When you go through so much, and the thing is, that's the beautiful thing about it, like I was saying before, it's not, you're not bitter. You're not saying, fuck these men. You're not saying that. You got out of hell and said, all right. Whew. You know, you got to dust a little dust off, because, you know, hell, a little fire. You get a little dust on, you had to dust your shoulders off and stuff. And be like, whoo. Now, which way y'all said heaven was? Which way you said my man was? What you say I had to do to get there? You know what I'm saying? What you say that I had to overcome? What you say I had to end up changing my lifestyle to be? That's what that is. That energy right there, where I know I've been through karma. I know I've been through toxic relationships. I knew that that person threw me out of the ringer. But guess what? I can still come up and realize that my heart still bleeds. My heart still beats. And it beats for care. It beats for love. It beats for somebody is going to be focused on me too. Just like how that song is. Focus on me. Okay? Yeah. Powerful. Something about it. I promise you. Kim, I promise you. It's a lot of people that out here right now that couldn't even survive that. Couldn't survive it the second round. At least not the second round. But you survived it 3 rounds. All right? 3 rounds, you about to make that home run now. Right? That baseball energy. Okay? You're going to make that home run now. Let's take it home, Kim. Right? So let's go ahead and start writing that. Let's start writing that that paper. And we're going to fold it and we're going to put it in the mattress. And not only that is because we know how to recognize exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to write exactly. We no longer want a man that act like they can't handle themselves. We don't want no man that acting like, we want to put that. We want to put those attentions in the building. You know what I'm saying? No different. You know, I'm pointing to the man because I'm talking direct. But at the same time, it's for my mans. If you got to redirect it. I don't want a woman that loves to put their hands on me because there's women out here that will swing out of nowhere. You know, especially if they losing the argument. Hey, I seen it before. I'm like, God damn, I had a duck, honey. My homegirl, she a slinger. Woo, I had a duck one time. Keep his hands to himself. Yeah, keep his hands to himself. And if he want to put his hands to me, it better be out of pleasure. You know, it's that type of energy. You could touch me, but it better be touching out of pleasure. You know, and if it is in a little hurtful way, because you know sometimes pleasure can get a little tip. You know, it's gonna be something like we agreed upon. But it's like, use your hands for, if you want to put all them violence, go violent, go build me a house. You know, you got all that energy to put your hands on me. Go put an engine in that car so we can go drive it. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's that type. All that energy, you know. Yeah. So yeah, put that in there. You better put that in there now, because you know some people haven't been in a domestic violence situation, so they won't put that in their attentions. But since you've been there, you better put that in there because you've been there. Because I most definitely that was one thing I did put in my. I did put that, like, them not putting their hands on me. But guess what? I still got domestic violence, but in an emotional way. And then he continued to stay because I had the attention still sitting in the room with me. I can't believe. I just forgot about that. And it had to take me to flip my mattress that day. I forgot something took place and I had to flip my mattress. I flipped the mattress and I seen the paper. I opened that paper and I forgot all about it. And I read that thing. I'm like, this is this motherfucker. Oh my God. And I said, and this is why he is still here. Because I forgot that I done wrote my attentions and I wrote my build a man. And I just built it wrong. You know how you go. You went to the little Build-A-Bear and you just put the wrong cotton in the Build-A-Bear. You picked the wrong thing. You picked the wrong name. You picked the wrong character. It's something like that. That's how I felt when I wrote that. And yeah. Mentally and physically together. Yes. Also put that they have self-control. Because that's mainly what's going on right now. If we haven't noticed that, mainly that is what's the hindrance. We're all losing self-control. We all feeling like it's no such thing as boundaries. Like, what happened to it? You know, what happened to boundaries? Okay, yeah, but yeah, making sure that person has some sense of self-control. You know, being able to manage their self mentally. You know, also have a hustle skill. Okay, they gotta have a hustle skill because what if they lose their job? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna sit on their ass on the couch, moping? You know what I'm saying? Or are they gonna go pick up a hustle? You know, we need that too. Even for my man too. You know what I'm saying? You want a lady that, you know, got a hustle. I got my boundaries set. Yeah, you better. We got to. We gotta have boundaries. You can't be out here with no boundaries. That's like you over there going to, what's that saying? Going to the you got a sword to a gunfight. That's what that is. Up here in this type of relationship, if you trying to find something, you better come out there with your armor on. Cause if not, you gonna get got. It's gonna be somebody out there just waiting for somebody. I know that person didn't put that armor on. They look vulnerable. Let me go over there. It's that type. You got people that praying over energy like that. So you gotta keep your boundaries up. Don't you ever put them boundaries down. The only time them boundaries go down is when it go bling, bling, bling. The bitches is mad. Okay? That's the only time them boundaries go down. And even when them boundaries, even when this is here, you still don't got that boundaries all the way down. Cause what the hell? No. Cause if the boundaries that was like that when we get married, then it would never been a prenup. Right? So even the spirits even warning us there too. When we get to that level, it's another horse of another color that we got to deal with. Okay, so yeah, maybe we might be so excited to be getting out of this out of single life and trying to get in a relationship. We ain't thinking about the horse of another color, cause that's a whole bunch of things. I don't know. We gotta think about this. We might have to humble over this. Yeah, you know how they say I'm gonna pray over it. We're gonna have to humble over it. Yeah, might have to see that through. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Kim, write in pencil. Cause I'm feeling the energy. We might be making our list, right? And we might be reading and be like, oh no, rewriting it. And see this, I feel like this is why we need a pencil, cause we're gonna be writing it down, right? And be like, yeah, that look good. And then we read it out loud. I'm like, oh no, never mind. And then you'll think about a scenario. So make sure you got a pencil, not pen and paper, a pencil. So we can write it, and if we look at it, we're gonna look at it like, and we're gonna think about a situation. Could I deal? Nah, I can't deal with that. Never mind. And you be looking like, how can I word it a little differently? That's how, we gonna have to take that thing to a drawing board, okay? We gotta be very cautious of how we write this thing. But all right, love buds, let me go. Let's go right now. Let's go right now. We had one or two. All right, love bugs. Yes. My name is Deasia, and you were on Dreams, Desires, Ascensions, the DDA tribe. Until next time, I got y'all tomorrow night. Tap in with me, okay? Because I'm your night girl. With that night vibe. All right, until next time. Bye.